Hola, this is Alex. Welcome back to my channel. I'm back in Spain. It's a beautiful day. Look at the sun. Look at the blue sky. Hi. I'm just going to go down for a little dip in the pool. They're doing a lot of work around the park. They're taking some caravans down and strimming. So even though it's really quiet at the moment, it's been really noisy. So I thought I'd take a little wander and do it down by the pool instead, which is away from all the noise. So this is the end of week 7 on Wegovy. I've come back now. I came back on Monday. It's Wednesday today from 11 days in Cardiff, and I'm thrilled to be back. I've come back to another heat wave. So yesterday it went up to 39 degrees, which is usually a little too much, but oh my God, it was lovely. So you can see, this is where I live. The pool has gone really quiet. All the Spanish kids are back in school now. So it's really, really quiet. And all we tend to have is a lot of Dutch camper vans come into the park. So it's just blissful. So I'm going to have a little dip. So an update on my weight. I had lost 20 pounds up till last Monday. And when I weighed this Monday, it was exactly the same. Actually, I weighed on Tuesday because I weighed when I came back. And the main problem I had, or the main issue I had, was that obviously I was weighing on different scales at my father's house. And actually, even within the house, I moved the scales to a different place and weighed, and it was 2 pounds different. So I can't really rely on the weight loss that I had there. Right, so this is the pool. Oh, it's still locked. Oh, I'll get it open in a minute. Yeah, that's fine like that anyway. So I couldn't really rely on the weight that I had, the weight loss that I'd had when I weighed last Monday anyway. So I thought, well, I'll weigh when I come back now and not on my scales, and I know that it's true. And I was exactly the same, so the 20 pounds. So the way I figure it, I lost £3 over the 11 days that I was at home. 3 days over that 2-week period, £3 over that 2-week period, which is fine. Would prefer to lose more, but the fact that I didn't binge and I didn't put weight on, that's the biggest achievement, I think. And I was very, very good. I spoke last week about no longer being able to eat my feelings, and that's absolutely the case. There was a few opportunities I had to have a McDonald's. I drove a cousin home and she said, oh, let me get you, call into McDonald's, we'll get you a McDonald's. And I didn't. I was very, very proud of myself. But it's kind of put these little questions in my head now. So I suppose that the thoughts I've got this week are, it's going to be this balance. And I've got the drugs to take me up to, I've got the Wegovy now stockpiled to take me up to Christmas, when I go back to Cardiff, and then I'll buy it. The plan is to buy it again to take me to March when I'm next back in Cardiff. But I think there's a balancing act to be struck. And I'm not feeling it now, but I wonder if I will in the future. And that is, without the food noise and without the cravings and all of that, that's brilliant. That's the biggest plus. And as I said last week, I find it very liberating. But there's also no pleasure in eating anymore. There's none of that. I mean, there was, enjoying a lovely meal. I don't get that anymore. And one of the people that left a comment last week, when I asked how do people feel about the lack of food noise, and does it make you feel better? And one person said that they were going to Cyprus for a holiday, and they were worried that how they were going to deal with it, and they decided that they were going to eat and not going to stop themselves having everything, but eat sensibly. And if they can come back without having put a lot of weight on, then that's going to be a plus. And just treat it. You've got to still enjoy your holidays. And that, I think, was the thing that started me thinking, will I never enjoy food again? Will I never have that, oh my God, that mouth-watering thing of eating a curry? Or because I've booked a curry for Christmas Day, I'm thinking, am I going to actually enjoy it? What am I going to be able to eat? How much am I going to be able to eat? And I can see a point in the future where I think, well, how much does it matter if I'm skinny? How much does it really matter how I look? I'm not really particularly worried about it. Or how worried am I going to be then? Especially if I lose a few stone and I'm just much better myself anyway. To be honest with you, my health is not really a big concern. I'm not worried about living forever. I'm not worried about anything like that. So will there come a point where actually I'll be able to convince myself that the pleasure of having food outweighs the lack of food noise, So it's a balancing act, and we'll just have to wait and see, I think, because I did, with this in my mind, I've just come back from grocery shopping, and in Mercadona, they do these lovely little chicken pasties, which are obviously not healthy at all. And I thought, I'm going to have one. So I put one in my shopping trolley, and at the checkout, as I was unloading things, I was thinking, I'm going to have that with baked beans, and the thought of it suddenly just turned my stomach, and I put it back. I thought, well, it's not even that bad. It's just one little tiny pasty, probably 300 calories. Why am I worried about it? But it just turned my stomach, the very thought of it. So this is the thing then. Am I going to get to a point where the yearning, even though I haven't got the craving for food, the yearning for that pleasure, the pleasure point, that feeling of pleasure, will that override everything else? So I suppose we just have to wait and see. At the moment, I'm just very, very positive about everything. I've come back and it's absolutely beautiful. As I said, we're going to have another heat wave. It's going to be mid to high 30s for the next coming weeks. The pool is still open for about another month. It's gone lovely and quiet. And you just say, oh my God, this is bliss. My life is just bliss. And I am appreciating it. I think I need to do more exercise, which is difficult when it's so hot. I'm not getting nearly the exercise, and I know that is a concern. You have to keep your muscle, keep building your muscles. And I did actually order an exercise bike when I was back in Cardiff. I thought, I'll order this exercise bike, and it had a pulley thing as well for your arms. Brilliant. And I thought I'd put that on the veranda, and I'll do that every morning. And then I remembered all the other times I bought exercise machines of all different descriptions. I bought ellipsis things, whatever you call them. I've bought rowing machines. I've bought, oh my God, the rolly sit-up things. I've bought everything, the stretchy bands, everything I've had in the past. And every single one of them I've used about twice. And they've just turned into lovely clothes horses. And I've got a caravan. There's no room for clothes horses anymore. So I actually cancelled it, which I think I should. Anyway. But in the summer, it's just too hot to do an awful lot of exercise. Walking is only pleasurable sort of spring and autumn, which we're going to autumn now, so it should be fine. So I'm going to try and do a lot more walking. We've got a lovely village. I did a video from the lake, from the village a few weeks ago, and there's a lake there that's dry at the moment. It dries up in the summer, and then when we have rainy periods, we're supposed to have rain like November and February, and in that rainy period it fills with water, and then that's for all the birds coming from Africa, the migrating birds. So we have storks and we have flamingos and all sorts of birds. And then when it's dry, the wild horses, because there's a lot of wild horses in the Donyana National Park, and so you can walk along that. It's a lovely walk. So I'm going to try and do that. When it's too hot, it's impossible. And when it's wet, it's impossible because we have no roads. It's all sand. It's all again, part of the national park. And everybody has horses in the village. They ride around on horses. It's absolutely beautiful. But when it's raining, it's just, you can't walk. There are potholes and there are all sorts. So it's not pleasant. So this is the thing, you kind of talk yourself out of all this. The only exercise you can get really is walking. Unless I order this bike again, which I can't see me doing, but you never know. That's what I might do. So those are the concerns I've got this week, really. Or not concerns, those are the thoughts that are preoccupying me, and it's lack of exercise. I've got to do something to get exercise, but also, will I ever find pleasure in food again? And is that okay? Will I accept that? Is that the price worth paying for being healthier and slimmer? Or do I not really care enough to be healthy and slim? Would I rather have the taste of food? At the moment, no, but in the future, maybe. So that's everything. I hope you have a lovely week, and thank you very much again for tuning in. Please do like and subscribe. I've my subscribers are growing every week, and last week was, I think it doubled last week. So I'm so grateful. Thank you so much. And that's me. So I'm going to go and get them to open this bloody pool, but it should be open at 11 o'clock, and have a little dip. See, I don't even swim. I like kind of float. That's a good exercise. I know everyone's saying, get in the pool, do 60 lengths. My friend does. But no, I float for a little bit, and that's it. It's just all about pleasure in life, isn't it? And thank you again, and we'll see you next week. Thank you.